What's up guys, it's James here from Smoking UK, back again with another cigar review for the channel. Today we've got a big old hefty smoke today. We've got the Brickhouse Double Connecticut Mighty from JC Newman. And that is 6 1/4 by 60 ring gauge. So we're looking at round about an hour and 45 to 2 hours smoke for this session. What I've got to say first, before I light it up, this has got to be one of the best looking constructions and feel when it comes to the construction of a cigar that I've seen in a long time. The wrapper is perfect, not a single bit out of place. The veins are nice and dominant in there. It's compact, but it's spongy and it bounces back. The draw, it's nice and open. Getting a little bit of a creamy note off that as well. I'm really interested in getting this lit up and giving it a try. But the construction wise is absolutely perfect, second to none. One of the nicest looking cigars I've seen in a long time. So let's get this one lit. So I'm going to be using single jet flame torch from Smoking. I love single jet flames. You can have so much accuracy when it comes to lighting the cigar, especially something of this larger ring gauge. It might take a little bit longer than normal, but you should never speed the process of lighting your cigar. Now we got to remember the best trick of lighting your cigar, start from the outside and work in circles, slowly working your way into the middle of the cigar, getting a nice black line on the bottom edge of your cigar foot, and slowly work your way into the middle. I can definitely see from that one puff where people will say this is a very mild cigar. That hasn't hit me really at all as much as some other cigars that are on the market. Just give this a quick purge. Wow, that creaminess that I got off that dry draw is really enhanced now. Really creamy, it's really cedary. There's no spice on that at all. I think this is going to be a very mild smoke. And one of the many reasons why I poured a coffee to have with this particular stick as well. A lot of people, when I told them I'm about to light up this cigar, a lot of people recommended, because it's so mild, it pairs beautifully with coffee, and you add a little bit more of a bodiness into the smoking session because of the coffee. It's very creamy. It's very nutty as well. It's very much like almonds, pistachios. I think maybe not this particular size, but the smaller Vitolas, which we'll go into a little bit further into the video. I think this would be a really good beginner's stick, or if someone wants to dabble into the world of cigars, I think this could be a really good cigar. Those creamy notes and those nutty notes that we was getting on the mouth really just heightens when we're doing for the retrohale. And for those of you who don't know what retrohaling is, that's when you take the smoke from your mouth and you take it up and out through your nose, because a lot of your taste receptacles are in your nose. So when I want to experience everything this cigar has got to offer, I retrohale on about every third or fourth puff. So if there are any transitions, especially me reviewing these particular sticks for you, I notice straight away. But I urge everybody to learn it. A lot of people say it's not important. I think if you can heighten your smoking experience, why would you not? And if you want to know how to do that, go and check out our Instagram Reels, our Facebook Shorts and our YouTube Shorts. There's a small video on there, a quick overview teaching you how to retrohale. The draw is really open as well. Sometimes you will occur certain issues, especially in the larger Vitolas, like this one being a 6 1/4 by 60 ring gauge. Sometimes the construction isn't always there. Sometimes the tobacco has been too compacted in and you might have to roll it between your fingers or roll it on the table. Maybe even use a perfect draw tool because it is so compact, but that is so open. It's almost like sucking through a straw. It's pairing beautiful with that Coca-Cola as well. And look at the smoke output. It's huge, the smoke output. Say this in most videos, we're not vapors, we're not trying to blow the biggest clouds of smoke, but that is a great indicator of the construction that's gone into this particular cigar. It just looks beautiful, just drifting up the stick and off the end there. The aromas in the room, you've got that beautiful tobacco smell, but again, Very creamy cigar. You can get that in the aromas in the room as well, especially those woody notes. They're definitely tingling around there. All in all, the atmosphere in this room, I wish you guys could experience it. You got the amazing taste of this. I've never smoked a cigar so creamy before. And you got that smell in the air as well. I think we're on our way to an absolutely great cigar. Absolutely gorgeous. So let's have a look a little bit more into the specifications and the build and the history of this particular stick, and why is it so unique. Now, first of all, the build. Why is it so unique, and where does it get the name Double Connecticut from? Well, the Double Connecticut comes from the fact that it uses 2 Connecticut leaves in the build itself. On the outside, we have a Connecticut shade, and that's where you get this beautiful light brown colour. And we've got a Connecticut broadleaf for the binder. That's the bit that clamps and holds all the fillers tobaccos together before the wrapper goes on the outside. Now, the one thing JC Newman really pride themselves on is the fact that they use genuine Connecticut tobacco leaves. A lot of other brands found it more beneficial to take Connecticut seeds and plant them elsewhere. So you're still getting those flavours, but it's still cheaper to plant them out there. But sometimes you do lose some of the characteristics that come from being grown in that environment. JC Newman's Connecticut leaves are born and raised and grown there. So these are 100% genuine Connecticut leaves. And that's where we're getting that really mild, that really nice, that creamy nuttiness flavor. Those are from the Connecticut leaves. And of course, as a filler, we have Nicaraguan tobaccos. And if you've watched these videos before, you'll know, personally for me, Nicaragua is one of the greatest regions for tobaccos on the planet. And I love Connecticut tobacco as well. This is why I think I'm going to really enjoy this cigar, because we've got 2 of my favorite tobacco leaves rolled up into one. Of course, JC Newman paying homage to their roots. The name Brick House is actually named after their first home, the only brick house in their very small Hungarian village. So it's almost like a homage or a nostalgic moment to name a cigar from where they came. And Brick House was born. That ash on the top, obviously we've got the nice ambient light in here, so you might not be able to see just how crystal white that ash is. We have a pretty even burn as well, especially for something of this ring gauge. Sometimes you do have some construction issues, it won't burn straight because of the size of it, but we've got a pretty even burn, which is great to see. Cigar is staying pretty firm, like we did experience at the beginning before we even lit up. Even right down by the cherry where the cigar is the most hot, it's still quite compact, but it still has a bit of a sponge as well. And again, another great indicator to the construction and the time and the effort that's gone into the hand rolling these particular sticks. I'm almost getting hints of like butterscotch as well. It's quite sweet. It almost has some essence of almost like a rum texture, of sweet rum flavor. I don't think I've ever smoked a cigar that's been this mild on the palate. It's ever so slightly citrusy as well, right at the back of the mouth. Most newer cigars you'll find has a bit of a spice. There isn't really one on this yet. Obviously, we're still very early doors into this particular smoke, but there's no spice. Really mild. I stick by what I said. I think if someone was trying to dabble into the world of cigars, they want to try a first cigar, I think this would be absolutely beautiful. But I think the flavor profiles are so complex and so out there. I think a lot of cigar aficionados or people who've been smoking for years are going to enjoy this particular cigar as well, because it's so complex. It's so different to everything else on the market, especially the UK market right now. Smoke is so smooth as well. A lot of people struggle with the retrohale because you get a little bit of a tingling sensation in your nose or a little bit of burning in your cheeks. You don't with the smoke on this. It comes straight out. It's really natural. You almost don't feel it there. Now, this cigar has been highly thought of for years now. It won an award for the best bargain cigar in the market and solidified a place in the top 25 cigars in 2010 by Cigar Aficionado. So these have been highly thought of and loved, and it's probably one of our biggest sellers here at Smoking for years now, and ranked itself in the top 25 cigars in 2018 by Cigar Journal. A lot of awards have been given to this particular stick. A lot of people are talking about this particular cigar, and if you talk to a cigar smoker that has been smoking for a while, it'd be very rare you'll find somebody that hasn't heard of this particular cigar. Now, like I said at the beginning, a lot of people said this cigar pairs really well with coffee. Of course, I've got one right here. So I'm going to test that out now, because nearly every single person who I've spoke to about this cigar, when they found out I had it in the humidor ready to review, all said, make sure you pour coffee with it as well. So let's see if that's true. I think with that sweetness we're getting from the cigar here, when I was saying was getting very much like a very sweet butterscotch, peanuts, pistachios, very creamy. That with the coffee, you're almost getting like a burnt caramel kind of texture between the two. It works really well. I think on this channel, that might be one of my favorite pairings, especially if you're someone who has a bit of a sweet tooth and you like sweeter things. That goes amazingly. We're well underway into our first third of this particular cigar. I'm gonna sit back, I'm gonna film some content for you guys as well, for our YouTube shorts and our Instagram reels, and join me during the second third of this particular cigar. See if there's been any major transitions or anything's changed, whether that creamy note's really heightened or is it taking a step back. Join me during the second third and we'll see how this cigar's going. What's up guys, welcome back. We are well underway. We're about just over halfway into this particular stick. We're just coming up to the band right now. I've been sat here for ages smoking this cigar, but it has been an absolutely beautiful smoke. It is really mild. I wouldn't have said there was any major transitions in flavour. The creaminess that we were getting to begin with at the start of the smoke has kind of took a step back. And that cedar note is kind of just, there's almost like this battle between the creaminess and the woody notes that we're getting. They're kind of just, they're both, I want to say one's over dominating the other. They're kind of just there, but they're not as strong as they were at the beginning. I said at the beginning as well, there's no major spice coming from the cigar. It still isn't. There is no spice at all, really, when it comes to cigar. And it's definitely on the light side. That wasn't an exaggeration. It is a very mild cigar. I think if you're somebody who prefers that kind of cigar where you smoke it and it really punches you in the palate and it tests your palate to its full potential, might not be the best cigar for you. I think you'll still like it because the flavor profiles are really complex. I've never had these flavor profiles in a cigar before, but it might not be the best one for you. If you're looking for an early morning smoke, a very long early morning smoke, I may add, with this size, this is a really good one. It's not gonna set you back for the rest of the day like you've seen in here. It pairs amazingly with coffee and you get that very nice sweet butterscotch burnt caramel kind of flavors when you pair it with the coffee. It's paired really well with the Coca-Cola as well. It's really light. The draw has stayed consistent throughout. It's really big, it's really open. It's not uncomfortable, believe it or not, in the mouth, which a lot of people are put off by, especially with these bigger ring gauges. It fits in the mouth quite nicely, and I think the big open draw helps with that. It's almost like drinking a milkshake through a straw. There's a slight bit of tension, so it's not like that you take it back really easily, but it's not so tight that you're struggling to draw the smoke into your mouth. It's absolutely perfect. Draw-wise, I'd probably put it in my top 3 cigars. The construction has been absolutely fantastic. I had a very, very slight uneven burn, which I was showcasing in one of our shorter videos. If you want to see that, go to our YouTube short section on how to touch up a cigar. And I simply just put that little bit at the top and I took 2 puffs on it and it leveled itself out perfectly. Again, and I've said this a few times throughout the video, the construction on this cigar is one of the best I've ever seen. And the fact that it did that when I was trying to level out the cigar, I didn't have to touch it at once. I haven't had to relight it. I simply just put that little bit at the top and took 2 puffs. It leveled itself out perfectly. It's an amazing indicator of the construction that's gone into this stick. On the retrohale at this point, you do get more of the woody notes on the retrohale, but in the palate, you've got the creaminess as well. So when you're mixing the two together, like I've just said, you get this quite nice balance between the two. I'm really surprised by this cigar, and it's been years since I've smoked one. I couldn't properly remember how good the brick house cigars were, and I'm kind of kicking myself now that I've left it years between smoking them. I'm definitely going to be getting on the phone to my bosses and getting some ordered in to sit in the humidor, because this is absolutely lovely, especially the double Connecticut. I can kind of understand why now. This has won so many awards that we spoke about earlier. Well guys, that's it. I'm going to sit back, I'm going to enjoy the rest of this cigar, of course film more content for you guys. Thank you for coming along with me on this journey to rediscovering this cigar and how amazing it was. I really think this is a cigar for all. I think there are some people that will enjoy it more, but I do believe it is a cigar for all, and I think a lot of people are going to enjoy it. So thank you for coming with us. We're trying to grow this channel, and we've grown it a lot quicker than we thought we originally were going to, and that's down to people like you. But we can't continue to grow without people like you as well. So make sure you hit that subscribe button, and make sure you like the video as well, so it ranks higher when people are searching for this particular cigar. And make sure you enable your notifications as well, so you can be the first one to know when we post a new video. Make sure you head over to our social medias. We post 2-3 times a day, and I'm not tooting our own horn. I honestly believe we have some of the best photography in the industry at the moment. We're always doing tips. We don't just do cigars, we do pipes, we do snuffs, we do roll your owns, we do everything. We also have some amazing giveaways that I don't want you to miss out on. So make sure you head over there. I'll put links to our social medias in the description below and check it out. And make sure you go check out some of our other reviews over on our channel. And we have some amazing guides to helping you with your cigar journey. Hope to see you in a future video, guys. Until next time.